Guys, this should be a huge scandal. Let me explain. So, there's this X account called GAZAWOOD, and it's pretty disgusting to put it mildly. It's basically a propaganda mill that spews out a bunch of disinformation to discredit the real suffering of Palestinians at the hands of Israel. So, they'll post things like this, which supposedly proves that Palestinians are staging massacres to manipulate public opinion. But it turns out it's behind the scenes footage from a Palestinian TV show, and a lot of their posts are like that. And I highly doubt that the owner of that account doesn't know it's from a TV show, but is like, fuck it, I'm gonna post it anyway. I would like to think that no one takes them seriously, but they have a pretty sizable following on X, 84,000 followers. Not only that, but people are donating to the GazaWood account. So it got me wondering, who the hell is behind this account? Well, I did a little digging and found something pretty interesting. So, back in 2005, this medieval history professor turned video forensics expert released a documentary about the shooting of 12-year-old Muhammad al-Dirah and his father, Jamal. If you want to know more about that video, you can check it out in the top right corner. Anyway, Professor Richard Landis made a name for himself by coining the term Pallywood and claiming with no evidence in that documentary that the entire shooting was staged by the Palestinians with the help of a French news channel. What's funny is that the IDF initially admitted that they might be responsible for the shooting of al-Dirah, but they took it back years later. In 2014, a report was commissioned by Benjamin Netanyahu, and it was led by a man named Yossi Kuberwasser. He used some of the so-called evidence in the Pallywood documentary and testimony from an Israeli physicist to cast doubt on the idea that the IDF was responsible. Don't worry, guys, this connects, I promise. So the GazaWood account was created in November 2023, a month after the October 7th Hamas attacks. The guy who made the account is an ultra-Orthodox Jew who used to write fantasy novels. And this dude recruited none other than Richard Landis, the guy who started the whole Pallywood conspiracy theory. Not only that, but Richard Landis admitted that Yossi Kuberwasser was part of the Disinformation project, and this guy worked for IDF military intelligence. So yeah, that means that someone who was high up in the Israeli government is part of one of the most disgusting disinformation campaigns that I've ever seen. This should be a huge fucking scandal. According to an Israeli NGO fake reporter, only 5.75% of the posts they analyzed could be considered actual fact checking. The rest is just complete bullshit. And they asked Richard Landis about the reliability of the GazaWood account, and he says, I know nothing that's untrue. Maybe I know of some cases where it was overinterpreted. Let me translate that. Yeah, I know it's fake, but I'm in too deep, and I have to defend the concept of Pallywood until I die. So this GazaWood disinformation campaign requires a lot of capital, apparently. They need tens of thousands of dollars a month to pay influencers, employees, filmmakers to spread complete bullshit. But anyway, guys, I thought it was pretty intriguing who was behind this account. One of them actually worked for the IDF, which in my opinion is a big deal.